If you're a people pleaser, you probably want to watch this video. I grew up a people pleaser. It's unfortunate. Just something I've had to work through. I've been surrounded by a lot of people pleasers in my life and taken on a lot of those traits as I grew up and everything, and love all the people dearly though that I've been surrounded by. I love them all dearly. But unfortunately, there's a lot of unhealthy things I've picked up along the way, and one of the biggest ones that's been the hardest for me to overcome is people pleasing. Now, I want to take a look at a few different things about people pleasing that I think are very important. And this video, really, I want it to piggyback off of yesterday's video. In yesterday's video, I talked a lot about ignoring the opinion of everybody else out there and start listening to your heart. Start listening to yourself. What do you think about things? And this really ties into people pleasing. And I want to explain how and why and what we can do to really be healthier and have happier lives to get rid of the people pleasing. So about yesterday's video, it was a really big deal for me for the first time to stop and go, wow, what do I think? Because as a people pleaser, you don't give yourself space to think for yourself. Instead, we take on the opinions of other people and beliefs of other people and agree with them for the sake of making sure that they stay happy. We don't want to offend that person by disagreeing with them. They think this way, I'll just agree with you. And then we go talk to another person and they say something else and we go, I agree with you. Because if we disagree, we don't want to make them unhappy. We don't want to upset that person. We're a people pleaser. Have to make sure that they stay happy, so I'm just going to agree with you so I don't create any argument or contention. Keep the peace. It's very unhealthy. And it's not good. It's very important. The first thing I highly recommend for anyone who's a people pleaser is to give yourself space to think about all these different opinions and things in life. To think about what you think. Because you're allowed to do that. You don't have to believe and agree with everything everyone says to keep the peace. At the end of the day, who cares if that person's offended? I mean, honestly, who gives a crap? That's their problem. We're allowed to have our own beliefs and thoughts. Everybody has an opinion about everything. Now, this is one benefit that I've had, though, from being a people pleaser is I've gathered a lot of data and information by agreeing with everybody. Because by agreeing with everybody, I've taken on their beliefs and I've listened to them, but then I see how it contradicts what someone else is saying that I've taken on as well. Because when you get stuck between two people with two differing opinions and you're a people pleaser, that can get really uncomfortable and create a lot of anxiety. Because you're going to make somebody upset because you have to disagree with one of them if you're all in the same sitting. That can create a lot of anxiety. If you're a people pleaser and you've been in that situation, you know what I'm talking about. But it's okay to go, you know what? I see what you're saying, and I see what you're saying. I'm going to need some time to think about this. Or if you already have your own opinion on it, you go, you know, I have a different way of looking at it. And share your perspective if it feels appropriate. You don't even have to share your perspective if you don't want to. You can just turn around and walk away. It's up to you. You have a right to have your own space. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. You don't need to be a people pleaser. You don't need to please anybody. In fact, the only person you really should please in your life is you. You should work on who you are. What do you believe? What do you think? Give yourself a space to have your own opinions and formulate your own thoughts. Personally, I'm a very open-minded person. I'll listen to everybody's opinions. Sure thing. But I've heard a lot of different opinions. I'm only 38, almost 39 years old. Don't like to think about it. But in that time frame, I've been able to hear a lot of different opinions and ideas. Because I'm a very open-minded person. And I've learned that most people's opinions are just bullcrap. 90% of what people think is negative. Almost everything everyone has to say something negative is about this, negative about that. And I don't want to, here I am being negative, right? And so I've been able to go, wow, I don't like what this person's putting out. I don't like what that person's putting out. What do I want to put out? And when I meet someone who's positive, whew, I love it. Wow, there's a positive perspective. I love it when I say something negative and someone goes, hey, but what about this? And they throw a positive thing in there to my negative thing, and I go, oh, freak, man. I'm being negative. Okay. But it's important to look at all the opinions coming at you and go, you know what? I'm allowed to have my own space to think about that for myself. That's okay to do that. And everyone's opinions, there's some good ones, there's some bad ones. Unfortunately, most of the people I've encountered kind of negative opinions. But, that's okay. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion. You're allowed to have your opinion. I'm allowed to have my opinion. I don't have to please everybody by agreeing with everybody. I can have my own opinion. When you have the strength to start disagreeing with people and having your own opinion, your own belief sets, your own ideologies, and it disagrees with other people, and you can get to where you don't really care anymore, you're starting to sit pretty good if you've been a people pleaser in the past. Now, you don't want to be rude to people. We don't want to tear people down because, honestly, maybe we're wrong about something. Maybe our opinion sucks and theirs is a better opinion. I've been corrected multiple times. But at the end of the day, I still love myself. And I still care about what I think more than anything. Because I'm the one living my life. I'm the one who has to guide my life. This is why I meditate a lot. And I read a lot of books about the law of attraction, how the universe works, because I just want to know the truth. And all these opinions out there, I don't want to just agree with you for the sake of making people happy. And I've met a lot of other people who are in the same shoes that I am. And it's not healthy for us to live that way. So start questioning everyone and everything. Give yourself space to be you. And start living life on your terms. What do you think? Be smart. Make good judgments. But you don't have to agree with everything everyone says. Give yourself that space to think for yourself. As you do, you'll be amazed at all the things you can learn. And all the different ways life can be lived. And all the different perspectives that are opened up to you from within now. Because it's what you think you want to look at. What do you want? Not doing it to please other people. Doing it because it's what resonates with you at the core. So stop people pleasing. We don't need to do that anymore. Go live for you. Like I said, find your tribe. Who do you resonate with? And people who have different opinions, you can still love them. And like I said, maybe we're the ones who have a bad opinion and they're the ones who are right. The most important thing is that we go, you know what? We disagree, but that's okay. I still love you anyway. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Maybe you've had a bad experience with something that's given you your opinion. But maybe someone else has had an experience with the same thing that's real positive. So now you got two differing opinions about the same subject. But what do I think? Well, I want to lean towards the positive person because their opinion creates positive results. I want what that person has. I hope this makes sense. It's a pretty deep thing for me personally. And I know for a lot of people pleasers out there that you can resonate with this and understand what I'm talking about. It's okay to be you. It's okay to disagree with people. Don't need to create contention. You don't need to get defensive. Just allow yourself space to think for yourself and be yourself. And if anyone gets offended by you being you, that's their problem, not yours. All you need to worry about is being authentic to who you are. Guys, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future helpful content. Peace and love. Later.